versus Medusa will be quite decent with Wind Ranger combo. I think Silencer is got to be. I'm sorry, the same team. It's gonna have who's the safe lane? Must be Phoenix 5, I guess. That is gonna be an issue for Quincy Crew having a Phoenix position 5. That's gonna mean their safe lane's a lot less stable. So I could see Business Associates kind of stomp the safe lane and put Medusa behind, and that could be a big issue for Quincy Crew.
I do also like, you mentioned the fact that we've got Moo on that Void Spirit, most likely here. Yep, there he is on his Void Spirit. So that's going to be a hero that's going to be making a lot of plays, making space, and also just trying to put some pressure down on the map. Because it is going to take a while for the Medusa to start, really ramping up with that amount of damage. But the later that it goes, I feel like it does become a lot more difficult for Business Associates.
It could potentially. I mean, Sven scales pretty darn well right now, especially because he doesn't really like you can buy Ags and stuff, and it solves your mobility issues. The hero just continues to scale basically. But
I'm always so afraid of the Sven Ags, especially on like a wild card kind of like Eternal Envy, just because in the past you can throw out your stun, the Stormhammer, and you don't have to commit. You can just use it as a disengage. But once you have that Ags, it's go time. Like you're not getting out of that again.
It's fine. It's honestly fine, especially because the Stormhammer cooldown is so low that you can get it down to like 7 seconds at level 20, which almost everybody does. So it's more of like it makes it a little bit easier to jump around and initiate. I think it's completely reasonable to have. We did see briefly that SVG was actually playing the Mirana. That's going to be their 5 position, which should make the safe lane weaker for sure. But one nice thing is that they're both ranged heroes, and they've got a Blightstone on Mirana, so that part's kind of nice. That against an Underlord, he's going to be bullied a lot, and they should be able to double fight the Wind Ranger more often than not. So that's one advantage that they have with this with good range like this. I don't really expect to see any kills. Maybe we'll see some kill trades, but mid lane should be about even as well. And then the safe lane for business is Sven plus Silencer against Phoenix plus Centaur, which should have the possibility of getting kills on Silencer. So it's pretty good stuff. It should be a really good game. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, sounds like it's going to be a fairly calm laning stage depending on how aggressive either team gets. I'm very excited, though. Of course, we do have Lelis on that Centaur. We've seen him do some incredible plays with it during the course of this tournament so far. He's got very good positioning, so definitely looking forward to that. Look at him. Got that awesome helm there. Looks very intimidating. I would not want to run into that guy in a dark alleyway ever or anywhere, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, open field,
yeah, no,
crowded subway. Yeah, there's really no safe place. Maybe if I was
think he could maybe if he was like
crowded
subway.
Maybe if he was like in the Grand Canyon and I was at the top or something, and I had a helicopter ready to go, then I'd be like, okay, there he is.
Yeah, but doesn't it feel like a death omen if you just like look down and you see him staring up at you, just like, not feeling super great right now. Especially if he's doing right?
He's got to have limitations. I mean, look, if he doesn't have Aghanim Scepter, he can't go off cliffs. So as long as he's down there, I'm fine.
All right.
But if he has an axe, then I'm worried.
What was that? What was the name on the Ember?
Refugee.
All right. Well,
I don't. So that's
it's just a buck something. I don't.
Oh, that's Brax's username. I can actually tell you what it is.
Oh, okay. What does Brax have going on? Big Brax
it's something
here?
It's something like bok. It's
yeah, I know. I just said that.
Us what you Sundai. So it's like similar, but not exactly.
Oh, Brax! What a rascal that boy is.
Yes. The jokes, they never stop.
No, they don't.
Okay.
I enjoyed his interview yesterday too.
30 seconds.
Oh, you missed it. I got to go back and watch those.
Oh, you have to watch it. He is very honest about everything. It's wonderful.
That's generally the way that he lives his life. Yeah, I could actually listen to Brax talk about his opinions pretty much all day. It's very interesting.
We're biased. Biased moonduckers over here.
Nope.
That'll get
I refuse to say that I'm refuse to say I'm biased about Brax being fun to listen to. He's just good to listen to, and that's all it is.
The battle begins.
All right, so they're going to do a lane swap here. Lelis shifting towards the off lane. I don't know if they spotted the Underlord, but I remember this matchup happened recently. I don't remember. I think it was like Monkeys versus somebody else, maybe Brax, but it was Underlord versus Centaur. And it seemed fine for both, but I would argue that Underlord got the better of it because he can use team fight items with that net worth. So they're swapping back over. They're going to put the Envy's going to be up against Centaur, which should be a little bit better for their matchup.
Man, these wards are just placed all over trying to get as much information as possible. But Brax down here in the bottom lane is going to face up with SVG and MSS and UR, so I'm sure we'll see a rotation at some point from one of these supports. I don't think you want to keep all three down here.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, in the past, like we're talking maybe not 5 years, but like 3+ years ago now, tri-lanes were really common because it helped you stabilize your one carrier really succinctly. We're not going to see it this game, I guess, so maybe not worth talking about too much, but it makes Mirana a lot more effective as a lane support if you can get that advantage.
That is true. Jackal doesn't quite connect, but they'll throw out the Stormhammer. That's a lot of damage here on Lilith, but those Fire Spirits are going to slow down Fear from hitting too fast here.
Yeah, MSS did a really nice job there, hitting both heroes with Fire Spirits. That would have been a lot more damage on Centaur otherwise. And now SVG's just going to do this. He's just going to walk back and forth, right-clicking the Underlord, trying to prevent him from getting as much free farm. It's pretty important because Medusa's damage is not that great early, so gotta
I was
keep
about to say, I'm pretty sure that Brax is absolutely fine in this lane. I mean, maybe with a rotation possibly, but you know, he's very tanky. It's hard to take down an Underlord with what they have going on in this lane currently anyways, without chipping away pretty hard and landing an arrow.
Yeah, and the chipping is definitely what they've been doing. They've hit him. He's got a lot of arrows in his body right now, that's for sure. But he'll regen up. Just being a melee hero versus the double range is at least going to make a nice difference here. Brax is going to push the creep wave, possibly do a side pull afterwards. It's a nice thing to do when he's against his dual lane. Get the creep wave push and then try to regain control. Snake King rotating down now to help give Brax some coverage. And now this is going to make SVG feel a lot less valuable just because he's going to have to directly trade. Snake King does have Shackle Shot here, so SVG has a little bit of a trade advantage being level 2. Like, basically, Snake King has no damage advantage here. And with the large camp already being arrowed, actually, this is completely fine for this pull to happen. It's really, none of these creeps are going to die, basically. It's just going to slightly mess up the lane for a brief moment. So until Snake King hits 2, he's going to have a rough time in this lane, not really feeling that valuable.
Well, it feels like it's a pretty fairly even matchup then, like you said, with the Mirana not feeling super valuable, and then, of course, Snake King on that Wind Ranger. Not going to be super... We've got a lot of these funny matches, though, right? Like, you've got that going on. You've got, you know, the two Spirit Brothers in the mid lane. Quinn going right in, diving just a little bit here. Does have that bottle, though. Get jumped on by Moo, but... trades here in this mid lane. Although, Ember just a little bit ahead in terms of the CS.
Yeah, just a bit. Sven's doing quite well. 18 and 13, lots of denies. Up against Centaur. Centaur's only got 7 last hits. Ooh, this could be a kill here. Does he have Snake on?
That's what we talked about. I don't even think... Yep, there it is. It's still SVG who gets the hit, though.
Yeah, just a little bit. Either way, really good kill. Landing those arrows isn't always easy, and he lands it confidently.
No, that's exactly as we predicted. We said there wasn't going to be a kill on Brax unless they chipped down and got an arrow, and that's exactly what happened. So, very nice play here from the side of Quincy Crew. Tooting
your own horn over there. I get it.
What?
You said we predicted us. That's what you said.
We did, though.
I was just there.
Uh-oh, Courier? Like... Noble Donkey? Oh, that's a dead Snake King Courier.
Good game for SVG so far. He's done a very good job. Can he drag this hit? Yeah, I think he got that pull, at least partially. Yeah, it looks like he got 3 of the creeps. Nicely done. Drag those attacks. Wind Ranger definitely works a little bit better against somebody that has a slight right-click disadvantage, I would argue. Probably does make sense for it not to be Silencer bottom, though, because Silencer might feed a little too much. Wow, that's a fast medallion on Mirana, actually. That's actually insane, the fact that he has this right now. He's going to be able to lower the armor of the Underlord by 5 throughout this laning stage.
That's super value. Makes sense why she didn't grab it. Oh, the Stormhammer comes through, and that should be a dead MSS. +2 end going over to Pure Silencer. Did they grab all of the bounty runes over on the side of business?
There's still 1 on the map that they can grab, but yeah, they got 3. They did really good there.
The trade here. Get the win run on Snake King. Trying to line up a shackle. Oh.
What in the F was that
Oh.
shackle?
That was some bends there. What is that movie? What was it? Wanted? Bullet bend kind of thing?
Yeah. Have you ever read the graphic
Yikes.
novel of that?
I saw some of it. I don't
The
think I read
graphic
the whole thing. I
novel
think I
was-
skimmed it in a comic book store.
Okay, the graphic novel I thought was very cool. The movie sucked. In
Can
comparison.
confirm. Did see the movie too. Was not super impressed, but everyone else said the graphic novel was good.
Messed up, but very good. Yes. It's kind of like The Boys.
Hope you get lucky. Oh, The Boys is so good. I'm so looking forward to season 2.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
But some harassment down here. Just trading off. You can't get me started on this topic, Perch, because there's many, like, I have a whole thing about being angry about comic books and being made into movies. That's a nice shackle there from Snake King. Brax says, give me a high five, and he's gonna probably be left hanging.
Huge side pull as well as the other thing. With SVG being that low in HP, he couldn't really contest the side pull, so they're able to get that started. That's 3 melee creeps and now some range creeps also being denied. And this is the issue with playing like a carry in an offlane situation. Brax now is level 6, so they're just losing this lane now. Not looking good there for Quincy Crew in the offlane. Like we predicted, Medusa could be punished in the laning stage.
Well, it seems like Eternal Envy's having a great time, though. Yoar forced back, held in place with the Pit of Malice and that little bit of Firestorm.
Great arrow.
Looks
That
like
hit,
it
that hit,
did
that hit,
just
that hit.
land his
Arrow.
butt, but he's
There
pretty
we
tanky.
go. There's that harass. Glad we looked back for those 2
Again.
arrows.
I mean, there's something going on in the mid lane, too, to be fair. But it
Okay,
looks
okay,
like he just remnants out. It's fine.
Obviously.
There's, you know,
That's gonna be
excitement. It's exciting. Dota2. 3 kills on the board. Very unlike our SA games that we've been covering, where there's like 18 kills at this point. Moo?
Oh.
That seemed a little ballsy here. It does have the rest, though. They'll drag him back in. They were hoping to get that shackle, but it doesn't quite connect. So they'll be able to put a decent amount of damage over onto Quinn. They need just a little bit more, but they don't have it. Snake King, he wanted it so badly, but not going to be able to collect.
Ooh, they might play around the remnant though. I mean, the rune's almost up. He's gonna go back and heal.
Lelis? This is looking real bad for him. Yep, that's another +2 in on Fear. Quinn coming in. Has SVG nearby, but they just Delta split immediately. Arrow gets tossed out, gets a little bit of vision, but doesn't connect on anyone.
He's gonna be able to grab the bot rune. I think it's a regen. Based on the map, yeah. Okay.
Radiant's
Nice
bottom
rune there
tower
for
is under
Quinn.
attack.
He's got his phase boots already finished, so lots of armor on him. On the bright side for Quincy Crew, Silencer's really under-leveled, only at level 3 right now. I guess MSS in a kind of a similar situation, but game doesn't feel great for Quincy at the moment, that's for sure. Juica doesn't normally win her lanes. She does okay mid typically, but from the other position, it's a little bit harder. Oh,
the
great play.
arrow from SVG, predicting exactly where Moo's gonna be, but he's able to astral step away. The taunt goes back. They could punish Quinn here, of course. He does have a remnant off to the side. Is he gonna be able to go run away to it? No.
Dire's bottom
He ran out of mana.
tower is under attack.
He spent too much leading up to this, so he wasn't able to get a heal. He needed 150 to jump away there. But he used his slight first, which ends up being a mistake. If he jumped away with his remnant, he would have probably lived there, but he felt like he needed to do a slight first. It's normally you do that to protect yourself from any projectiles, and then you jump away, but he timed it. He didn't estimate his mana. If he had a wand there, he probably would have lived. If he just jumped away, he probably would have lived. So a small little mistake there that he's made ends up getting him killed.
Just a slight little misplay, unfortunately. Brax currently sitting hand in hand with Envy for the top net worth. Move, jumping in. Gonna get taunt right back in. A nice play, helping out here from SVG. Moo, though, taking a lot of damage. It's gonna be the swoop in. That should be enough to burn Moo down. As it looks like Quinn's hunting for a little bit more, trying to grab Snake King. Does have the remnant. Snake King getting held into place. The Sunray comes out from MSS, and that's a dead Snake King.
Okay, Raindrop definitely helping a little bit there, but Quinn's damage looking decent at this point. There's his wand being finished now. And another rune from it's going to be a DD. This is like one of the best runes you can get as an Ember Spirit with this build. Arrow. Oh,
Oh, he tried to turn at the last moment, but he's too big of a chonky boy. Gonna try to run away though. Knows that he doesn't have to worry about another arrow, but the Stampede comes out.
kill.
They've got that medallion. He's still so tanky. He's trying to break those ankles, but Yawar will find him in the tree. And Quinn in the top lane goes after Envy, finds himself a kill. They try to pull him back in using that remnant, but the Slight, he's just dancing around in circles here. Not going to be able to get caught. Although Snake King looking for the shackle doesn't quite connect. It's very close. And he just puts out a little bit more damage, but they don't have the lockdown.
He's very happy to do some free DD slaps right now. Gonna have to TP back to base most likely, but doesn't have one. Maybe he'll slap one more. Maybe he's worried about dying. Lelis jungling to try to catch up here. Haven't seen much of him this game, but at least he did Stampede earlier. Help his allies a bit. Brack's still quite farmed actually. Arcane's almost mech here, only 200 gold away from that. I think SVG's done a really good job this game so far though, I gotta say.
Top lane, Quinn's got the mana, but he zips back into the loving arms of Moo, who gives him a great big brotherly hug and murders him.
I think he messed up there too, because he did a double jump with his ulti. He jumped to the closer of the two remnants. I don't know if because he jumped over there first and then he went back, yeah, just like that, which ended up being too close to his enemies. So I think that's the second mistake now from Quinn.
Maybe he's having an off day. That could be.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens. But yeah, you know what's funny is that it seems odd to me. I haven't seen or heard much from Lelis on that center, but we also haven't looked at the top lane like hardly at all. So it's basically been the mid lane and the bottom lane. So it does, you know, with the tower gone, Lelis is able to go back to the lane, kind of shove it out. But do you have a smoke coming out from the side of Quincy? Again, Brax is a difficult target. He is a big boy. There's a swoop coming out again. Sunray, though, that percentage-based damage, and they make fast work of him.
Yeah, the Sunray is definitely one of the nicest things that they have against Underlord for that reason. Once he gets a pipe, it's not going to be as big of a deal, but it'll take time for him to pick that up. So for now, Phoenix is going to be definitely a big damage component of their lineup. All right, let's see if they can defend the mid lane.
They do have sentry wards placed down. But I don't know if they were able to notice anything at the time. SVG, knowing that someone's probably farming that camp, throws out the arrow, does connect, but isn't about to leap into all of that. Just being a nuisance.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Centaur farming pretty good considering the laning stage that he got, that's for sure. We're going to slow down this push just a little bit here. You are going to throw a snake creep.
Yeah, Moo with the taunt. Arrow not quite connecting, and they do egg on the back line. It's very strange to
They had to do that to protect.
Egg.
It was very calm, wasn't it? It's like I didn't hear for the first couple seconds, but he had to egg there because they put a decent amount of pressure into Yawar, and if they committed to that, they definitely would have killed him. So putting the egg on the background forced them to change their target, and they end up defending. And it's still pretty early to egg, and they're also not necessarily trying to take big fights. Like skirmishes are probably a little bit safer for Quincy Crew right now, while Medusa farms anyways. So buying themselves more time, I think, is completely reasonable. I don't think that's that big of a loss.
But is it buying it more time? Oh, fear.
Oh, he dodged it.
You're
this is
all
actually
alone.
pretty good. Quinn can definitely dive this now. He doesn't have to worry about holding back spells.
He's
Like
definitely
every 6
diving him.
seconds.
They still have the global silence though, so he has to be careful. Yeah, look at this. The very subtle relocate of an Underlord, but she cancels it out, realizing that he's no longer in danger. 14-minute rune, Eternal Envy snaps up a regen. Doesn't need it, but is happy to take it away from the enemy team. And Quinn right back to his old shenanigans here. Down with fear. Ooh, the courier too, off to the side. Maybe trying to keep tabs.
Okay, he's behind the tower now. We'll probably do a slight check to see if there's any heroes.
He does.
Again,
they have the global silence, so if they can get more heroes down here, and they do have the heroes. There's the global silence coming out the shackle, trying to bait perhaps a bit. They'll be able to stun him up, and Quinn will zip out. I believe that arrow did connect coming out from the Mirana. Eternal Envy looked like he kind of wanted to go and try to attack, but we'll just turn around, hit creeps.
They're just being like the annoying little sibling right now, like poking them and like saying, "Hey, come on, go ahead, yell." And then when you yell and global silence, then your mom gets mad at you because you wasted it. You know, it's just like that. So they've done a very good job annoying their opponents and making them overreact consistently now in this bot lane. Oh, that's, you want to steal that
That's
room.
actually so good. It looks like that they're able to steal it, but Brax, okay. There's gonna be the stun. He manages to heal himself back up. The egg.
That's a
Brax
dead
can't
egg.
get away fast enough, but it's gonna be a dead egg. Eternal Envy popping the God String, turns around, starts hitting creeps, doesn't realize that there's Quinn still here. They don't have the detection.
MSS
Just
served him
farm
up an
next to
omelet.
each other.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah. Dude, that egg was so hopeful. He basically needed Centaur to be there. I think Centaur got there a little bit late is what happened. If Centaur's there, actually, that egg could be huge because he could land like a
Radiant's
4-man
middle
hoof stomp,
tower is under attack.
but wasn't able to. Now they're chasing.
Shackle. Envy thinks about it, turns back around, says he'd much rather be hitting creeps, so.
They'll probably
He'll go
try for a
back.
D-ward with us. But considering how they... Oh, that froze for a little bit.
Yeah, that was
Almost
laggy.
Yule's Scepter for Ember. He'll be able to protect himself against against Global Silence, against stuns, things like that. Will be pretty
Very
nice for him.
important.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yes.
has fallen.
And all this time, UR gets to hit creeps. There's been very little pressure placed on him since they started to migrate out of that mid lane. Got our own medallion now over on Snake King. And Quinn just
good
kind of
use items,
jaunting
though.
through.
The Manta's definitely very solid. It helps you push out lanes, movement speed, attack speed, remove silence. It's actually like a perfect game. I think that's one of the reasons that they picked Medusa. That fits into his item build so well.
All right, well, it's going to be hard to lock down Quinn. I'm sure he's got a remnant up, or maybe he doesn't.
No.
Okay.
Radiant's middle
I don't
tower
think they have the
is under
catch,
attack.
though, beyond that, so Quinn should be all right, but unfortunately for SVG, he will get jumped on by Moo.
A lot of damage going to Quinn. So playing against Silencer is pretty annoying when you're playing that hero. But the fact that Ywar was able to take this tower for free is crazy. Great ulti timing there.
Dire's top tower
That looked a
is
little bit
under attack.
hairy for a second. Like, they have such, like, team fight focused heroes, but the way that Quincy Crew's been able to force business associates to play has been really good for them. And this
Ooh,
could
I
be
like
one
this.
thing that they're doing smartly against business associates. Business associates 5-mans all the time. They play together all the time. So picking really good team fight lineups is a really good idea against their lineup.
Is going to be a dead SPG, but it could have been much worse because I have a feeling that smoke was probably headed towards the Medusa, knowing that her stone gaze was down. But Medusa
Yep.
safely farming over here in the triangle, protected by her
Definitely.
Phoenix and her pony.
It's definitely one of those moments where it's hard to tell whether the player did it on purpose or not to run into that smoke action.
True.
I think it's more likely that he chose to go look for a smoke to break. It's a much better chance that he just dies and is off the map for 20 seconds and they get a little bit of farm than anybody else goes down.
Like
So,
you
game's
said,
even.
I think a lot of it is just all coming down to delaying and just making time for
Dire's
you
middle
are
tower
to
is
to
under
become a
attack.
big scary snail lady. Moo,
Good
though,
interrupt. It's
will
kinda
interrupt the Icarus Knight. Lelis is right here too, but there's so many people. The shackle comes through. Lelis jumping back in. They'll be able to go hold them both into this pit of malice, but looks
Great
like
Yule's
they'll back
Move
off.
there.
Oh, the shackle. Do they have any follow-up, though, is the question. Arrow comes through from SVG. It's nicely set up, but not going to be enough to silence. They'll find the kill on Quinn on the back lines, though. Looks like this Deuce, she's already used that stone gaze.
Dire's middle tower
So
is
this
under
should
attack.
go the way of business associates here in the mid lane for the tower. Moo still has that double damage online, though. They get the taunt right back in again. They dodge the arrow. Moo outplaying here with those shoes. Here another stun comes up. Lelis, he's a big tanky void. Do they have enough damage? Yes, they do. MSS trying to use that sunray, trying to take them down as Envy is just off on his own. He was trying to chase after UR. Do they have detection, though? It looks like, oh, nope, they dropped the sentry ward. It's a bit late. UR, they can still see him, but get another hit on the
Dire's
tower.
middle tower has fallen.
And
Snake
it
King
has
Shackle
fallen.
shot started that whole thing. I mean, Phoenix is already dead, which is nice, but landing that Shackle gives them so much time to follow up disables. Like, look how strong their lineup is in terms of that. Sven's stun. They've got Pit of Malice, which is excellent against all these mobile heroes. They've got the taunt pull from the Void Spirit as well. Just let them put so much damage into Ember Spirit that he gets killed basically at the start.
Uh-oh. Oh, Lelis. Uh-oh. All right, they do have the Phoenix there. They have the Stomp, and UR's here as well. So Moo, oh, he just almost gets away, but just a little bit too much coming here from the side of Quincy Crew. I thought that was going to be a dangerous moment for Lelis, but he turns it right
Yeah,
back
me
around
too.
again.
I'm a little surprised also. They're going to pressure now that they have a dead hero on the enemy team. Can they spot the Sven? He's so close. He sees him now, I think, but the positioning is a lot safer for him.
I think just back off and you grab those runes too. But they do manage to land the chains, and look at this damage. All right. Just like that, Eternal Envy is dead. Egg gets thrown out, and it looks like the side of business, they want to run away. They don't want to be anywhere near this. And it looks like Fear not looking too healthy. Use the Guardian Greaves, trying to keep him alive, but he should get burnt down here. Brax just teleports on out. That was a good egg.
It was really good egg. Perfect time to run in. If they're down heroes, they're not going to want to fight. Gives you a little bit of moment of advantage. So great move there to pressure. Definitely the right thing to do when you get those crucial kills. Quinn a little low. Salve's going to heal him up a bit, and now they're going to try to kill Brax.
Yeah, it looks like they might succeed in killing Brax, ensuring all of those methods of land, and of course the Sunray. So burning down the Underlord Moo, having to Astral Step, dissimulate, back himself away. They've just been camped out over there. They managed to lay the shackle, but I don't think we go in on this. This is a little suspect to me. Drop the 8th of Remnant. The rest of the team forced to run away, trying for that hopeful shackle, plus the global silence. The Yules comes out over here onto Quinn. Is he going to survive this? He's got the Remnant.
No.
One more hit, though, coming out from Fear. Will be able to clean up the first dive away. And it looks like they just can't seem to grab. No, hold that thought. They've grabbed the Phoenix, the taunting right back in. They have the Dust, they have the Sentry. That's a dead MSS. And a little more inch for Fear.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Trying to see if they can get a solo
Snake?
kill here. This one looks decent.
This looks like a dead snaking.
Okay. Good return kill. Snaking trying to get some vision control down, but ends up getting crushed. Fear's having a great game. 3, 1, and 4 from a 5 position like Silencer with no survivability is excellent for him. He's done a good job throwing annoying disables on Ember Spear, making Ember's life a lot harder.
I think Fear's like one of the few players that I see consistently running the position 5 Silencer. I hate Silencer.
Yeah.
I think he is a garbage hero, but you know, Fear
Clearly
makes
not,
it look
but,
real good.
Yeah, he
And
does.
he's always around in the right spots. He's got, you know, the int that he steals up pretty early, so I mean, that's
Playing
something
Silencer
that
is
they do.
it's a lot about like prediction. You need to like know when it's the right time to Arcane Curse. If you just like cast it for damage, it's bad. But if like you know that you're initiating or they're about to initiate or something like that, then it like massively changes how effective your hero is.
Still a garbage hero, but he definitely is doing a great job with it. All right, what do we have here? So nothing quite new over here on the Ember Spirit. He's working on that Maelstrom.
Tower is under attack.
Yuar's got the Scotty online though now, so he's dishing out
Scotty's
more
super
damage,
good.
more stats.
Phoenix with the Lotus Orb, very necessary to rush this item when you're playing Phoenix. That way you can interrupt Global Silence and actually help your team. That'll be really useful. They can reflect a lot of big stuns too. Shackle Shot, Sven Stun. It's a lot of really nice things that you can use that for. Throw that on Medusa when she gets focused. Like, it's a really good Lotus Orb game.
I feel like a lot of the times most games are very good
Bottom
Lotus
tower
Orb
is
games.
under attack.
Yeah, that's true.
But especially, you know, it's not really a 4 protect one because you do have the physical damage that'll be coming out of the Ember, but definitely Yuar is your win condition here. So get a little drag back and the double damage rune. Phoenix is here. Starts throwing out some of the flame spirits. Sunray over onto Moo. We'll push him back. Global Silence comes out though. Eternal Envy coming in from the other side. He's waiting patiently. They're able to take down Quinn. Yuar joining into the fight. That arrow coming through, but they have the BKB. We'll turn back around. It looks like Fear is not going to be as lucky. Brax deciding to cancel out that ultimate. And that is the egg that got taken, or not taken, but used during that fight. So they could re-engage here if they want to. There's no fear of that. Look at this. They suspect it too. They drop the sentry ward just in case they make their way over. But looks like they're going to just move towards that mid lane instead.
Very hard for Quinn to play this game against the Global Silence. And very crucially there, the Sven picks up his level 15. And he gets the Hammer Dispel talent, which allowed him to stun Quinn despite the Yules being active and gave him an easy setup. So that was a huge deal in that engagement.
Dire's bottom tower
Help
is
guarantee
under attack.
Quinn going down. But he kind of needs to be, I mean, hypothetically, could be like Medusa in the front, but he was the one that got caught, I guess. So, but ideally for him, it would be Medusa in the front. He can play around them pressuring Medusa, but we just haven't seen that very much from him so far. So his net worth is just struggling a little bit.
The drag back with the taunt on SPG as they pick up the bounty rune. Not going to be able to TP out though, because we had a nice shackle from snaking, and he'll power shot her to death.
And SVG is struggling on leap level. He's got lots of damage between Arrow and Starstorm, but it's one issue that he'll be encountering here. Yoar queuing up MKB next, which will be basically the start of her major damage. But I assume she'll go pretty damage heavy. Butterfly's really good this game on her too, actually. Very good against Wind Ranger, Silencer. Basically all the heroes on Business Associates are very good at right clicking. So I could definitely see Butterfly after MKB. Maybe BKB though.
I feel like we're gonna see some sort of a smoke play soon. Moo just picked up his Ags. Oh, and an Ags for Eternal Envy. So this is definitely something they can use to their advantage to get a little surprise. Especially on some of the squishier heroes.
Yeah. Big Nether Shawl pickup for Underlord. Having Hood and Nether Shawl is incredibly good. His magic resistance is going to be really high. His raw HP still has some lacking, but having this much damage resistance is crazy. He's going to have like 70% magic resistance. Oh, and he got the magic resistance talent. Yes. Okay, good luck killing Brax.
Well, there's the smoke. They have a double damage over on Quinn that's been bottled up, I believe. So they're feeling powerful. It is scary, though, to go up into the high ground without vision. Especially at night. They've got to know, right? You see a flame being thrown at you. You are just kind of dancing around down here on the low ground. But I guess Envy doesn't care, so he's going to go right on. And Global Silence comes out. That's so much damage, though. Envy turns back around. He's got the Aghanim Scepter. They're just going to slice Lelis to pieces. And they're going to run away now. They know that they don't have to stand there over by the egg. They're going to let it time out. And they also use the Stone Gaze during that. Oh, so they actually gave the double damage to UR. All right.
Dude, Centaur looked like a support when Sven was hitting him. He was dying so quick. I think he did rush Pipe, I believe. He's got like Pipe and Blink, I think, on Centaur, so he doesn't have the best physical survival. He's got a plate mail, okay? I mean, he shouldn't have died that fast, actually. Halberd could go a long way to helping, but yikes, that was
There was a lot of focus. A lot of focus on him. Because he's the frontliner. That's literally his job, is to be the meat shield.
Yeah, and his initiation was great. They disabled the Sven, they forced BKB, but yeah, getting no kills on their end. No egg, no Deuce ulti. A little bit dangerous to do this, but
They see. They have a sentry ward over in the water, and they've also
yellow.
got
It's
the.
Sven.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They know. Look at this. Hiding in the tree line, waiting for it to time out. Be interested if they make their own reinitiation now that they know the Moonlight Shadow's down. In fact, they're grouping like they want to invade, but of course they're standing right underneath a ward, so they'll be very keen on knowing where they are.
Either way, getting them, forcing them to leave their jungle is still pretty decent. It's definitely showing that Business Associates don't feel completely confident fighting, especially without BKB on Sven. Like, his net worth being what it is, he's actually pretty straightforward to kill on the Quincy Crew side. All it takes is like Searing Chains, Arrow, and magic damage, and he dies. And they can't really save him, especially without Global. So he does have to be a little careful here. But he's really farmed. Gonna go AC next. And then he'll have to transition items a little. Orbit Destruction, pretty good pickup. Could be going on Medusa, could be going on Ember Spirit. Good on both heroes. But I think more likely Medusa, but I'm not really sure.
It looks like she's gonna juggle between the two. She's got it in her backpack for now.
Radiant's bottom tower
It's
is
really
under
nice to
Go for
have that later on. Yeah, she passes it to with the Greater Firefire on somebody else. Having the extra slow with Scotty is amazing.
KB completed. Envy goes right on in. They need to just stun her up, keep her quiet, not allow anything to happen with this Medusa. And indeed, they just clean her up so quickly. Eternal Envy now. BKB duration is done. There's going to be the jump forward here from Moo. Mules comes out, drags him right back in. It's a good arrow, though, from SVG. The egg on the other side. They're not going to have anyone who's going to be able to hit it. And Moo needs to be careful, though. Envy goes right back in again. They get the kill on Lelis. Their tanky frontliner is taken out. No egg to have to worry about. This is looking very good for Business Associates if they want to go take this Roche. Envy, he's flying on it. He's going to take quite the ride, though, as he goes right on. And the Lotus Orb paying off. Does stun him up. But the rest of the team following quickly behind him. He's taking a lot of damage here from that Sunray mood, though. Going back in has the Yule. Do they have the detection, though? The next question. It's looking like they do because they just sliced Quinn into ribbons. Chasing now after the poor bird on the back line. That Canary's not going to be able to sing. As now Marana leaping away. Moo hot on her heels. Just needs to get maybe 1 or 2 more hits. Doesn't quite manage to land. Oh, and in goes Envy. He was trying to get that final hit, but Quincy Crew wiped out.
Really good fights from Business Associates. Noticing that Dusa's very killable there. They don't have a save against her other than like some team fight stuff. And Sunray got thrown on her right away, but it was just way too much damage. The full brunt of the Business Associates lineup was hitting her with damage and hitting Global Silence. And she didn't get a chance to use her spells. She took too much damage, and once her mana's gone, she's done. She's done. She can't Manta. She can't use her ulti. And it's just one of those moments where they didn't have vision. They walked into it at nighttime, and she gets jumped on, not realizing that she was a little bit, that Yoar was a little bit too out of position.
They CC'd her so well during that fight, too. Just waiting for any moment. I don't think, oh, they get the pin. That's pretty good. Okay, Lella's jumping forward, but in comes a Turtle Envy, and they just want to take Yoar down as fast as possible. Lotus Orb does get placed again over here onto Yoar, but he's out of mana. He doesn't have any way to stay alive as they go, and they slice 2 of these heroes right down. Another one is going to bite the dust as Envy gets a double kill. That should be a Roche for them.
I have never seen a Dusa look so squishy before. But Sven is a strong hero right now, and he's making her look pretty useless. He's following up, and he's doing so much damage in these stun duration timings that she can't do anything. So it's like, not only do they have... Watch the setup here. This is just him trying to deny a creep. Does the Astral Step to stun him. They get Shackle Shot follow-up, and now she just dies. Because Sven follows it up and attacks her 5 times, and she's out of mana.
And it just felt so odd to me that
Ownage, actually.
he really has. He's been very good with this Wind Ranger 4. I know we memed about it a little bit when we first saw it, but it's been very value, and he does a great job with it.
He really does.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
All right, another decisive teamfight win for Business Associates. Quincy Crew sitting and trying to respawn here, looking what they can do. Having eggs on Sven just feels really good right now, I gotta say, because they just don't have an opportunity to stop him from going in. He just jumps in, the stun hits, and he's already slapping away, and can't halberd him before he hits you. You basically have to like initiate and maybe disable him or something like that, but it just feels difficult.
They see Quinn. Do they have the lockdown, though? I guess that's the question. Ag, of course. We're on Moo, but he just zips out. He doesn't want to be a part of this.
It was a little hard. He tried to do enough AoE damage to clear all the creep waves, but a little bit tough. And honestly, it doesn't even matter that much. They have really good game position right now, so.
How do they protect this Dusa? Because she doesn't, I mean, oh gosh. The bird is a plane. It's Eternal Envy who kills your courier and is trying to kill your girl here too. SVG, you just are not getting away from this one, Cupcake. I'm sorry.
It's really hard to stop this from happening. Defensive items don't really protect
See, there
you
he
much.
goes again. Here he goes murdering again. Good Lord, Envy.
Yeah. Like the defensive items don't really protect you from him because of the dispel.
Right.
Like he farms really fast, he gets ahead, and then he just abuses you with Stormhammer, cooldown, and dispel. I almost wonder if they need to nerf the cooldown reduction because it seems way too good right now with them being ahead, but maybe this is other things. But.
Business Associates would prefer that you not message Ice Frog about this at this time, please.
Okay, yeah, it's probably for the best for them. They'll abuse it now, it'll get nerfed, and then they'll just have to find something else to abuse. But Envy has been playing excellent. Like, all of his team fight initiations have been great. He hasn't made any positioning mistakes much, really, so. Solar Crest could be one way that they help protect the Deuce a little bit to give her some armor, but...
I don't think that's enough, though.
Probably not, no. Armor doesn't even protect that much. So most of the issue is that she's just losing mana. I think evasion is probably the best thing she could have right now.
All right, well, we're trying to make a play over here, push them out of their jungle, but the whole side of Business Associates, Brax is just playing, having fun over on the side. They just sidestep it. They know they don't have to deal with them right now. Got other towers to hit.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Arrow lands over on Envy. He literally like just walked straight into that.
Yep.
Guess they just don't care. Move, leaping in, gets the taunt off. The immediate fly in from Eternal Envy. Colleen's up SVG. Lelis lands a really nice stomp, but a little concerned here. All right, the Yules will get used. There's going to be the silence over the Simulate. Envy diving right in the back lines. The global silence gets used, and he's doing too much damage. That Lotus Sword doesn't do a damn thing here, as he will eventually get taken down. That is his first life. They have the Aegis. Looks like Snaking was trying to land a shackle. Won't quite find it. He's got to pop his own BKB, and it looks like the Business Associates. No, Frax cancels out the ultimate. Wasn't sure if they're going back, and they try to get the top of Quinn. He does have his own BKB now, so he's going to be able to go hold two of these guys into place. Sunray coming out, but Moo jumping onto the back lines will interrupt it with the Yule Scepter. Another shackle again. Going right back at them, though, thanks to that Lotus Orb, but it's not enough lockdown. They're still running. They're still going and just grabbing everyone here. They've got their eyes on Yuar. Snaking maybe didn't get the memo, starts to go and decides to back off. Is going to get Yule's back. Fear dropping the spells again. Glimmer Cape, can they save him in time? Yes, they do have that entry over on the side. The taunt dragging Quinn in. He's not going to stay alive. He is down for 70-something seconds. Snaking, oh man, he's doing the best that he can, but he's one Medusa alone against the world. The hunt is on. They'll take down SVG. He's next to fall, as the rest of Quincy Crew are just pushed back into their fountain. They bought back on this Phoenix. Oh no, is this going to be a dieback purge? Buyback from Yuar. He said, all right, they're diving. We're going to try to punish this. They're being a little bit too cheeky. Stomp gets planted again, but again, the Business Associates, they have very little mana, but they don't seem afraid to just take this fight and keep on going.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's only one barracks at this point, considering how far ahead they feel. 24k gold advantage here at 36 minutes is a lot of net worth at this moment in time, and considering how one-sided all the fights have been as well, I'm really surprised. But they did finally kill Sven. It took quite a bit of doing, but enough magic nukes. They pick him off. He BKBs safely get out. So it's still not looking great for Quincy Crew here. It just feels like their ultimates are a little bit easier to play around, whereas Business Associates basically have the reliability of initiation and stuns, and they have that paired with global silence.
Oh no. That was that felt like a panic egg.
He probably had to. He didn't. I don't think he had dive was the issue. He didn't have any other options. So
yeah, but now they don't have egg, and he's down for 60-something seconds.
But he's also dead for 60 seconds. What's the cooldown on his ulti? Like 80, 70? It's not that bad. He's only like 15 seconds downtime.
That is an excellent arrow, but again, the follow-up from the rest of the team has moved, jumped in immediately. They get the taunt off over here onto Yuar. They're going to try to stun him up. He has absolutely no mana left. This is just going to be a dead Medusa. Almost immediately, Quinn now having to run away, but there's so much damage coming out from him. He does not care. They call GG. They realize that the Business Associates gave them the business this game.
There was just way too much to try to fight into them. Like, Ember Spirit was countered by Silencer, a support,